Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Today we're going to be talking about BPD and splitting in new relationships, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel, be sure to go down there and hit the subscribe button to make sure you get all the videos in the future, and hit all the like button and the alert button, all the other buttons. Just hit all the buttons. They really help me out, and you can always undo it if you don't like it later. Do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen as well. Follow me on there, make sure you get everything that I'm doing, and don't forget, check me out on patreon.com/earlymorningbarking for extra videos and stuff. So, splitting in new relationships. This ties in heavily to second guessing everything. When we have BPD, we're very unsure of ourselves, we're very unsure of what we want. We've spent so much time trying to please other people that what we want, what we desire, is a little at question all the time. And so we know what we don't like right now. We know that if we're on our own, we don't like being on our own, so we want to find somebody to be with. But the second we find somebody to be with, we split on them immediately. Not in a major way necessarily, but enough to put doubt, to put fear, panic, and heck, maybe some of us do split in a rather major way. Yeah, I said heck. So, in a normal relationship, two normal people meeting and dating, right? Somebody will ask somebody out on a date, people will go out on that date, and they might have follow-up dates. And in a few weeks, they might start to look at this relationship that's forming and assess, is this right for me? Am I really happy? Is this what I want? Do I want to be with this? All that normal stuff, right? But in a BPD world, certainly for me, that happens immediately. That doesn't happen in a calm, collected, adult, thoughtful way a few weeks into a relationship. That happens after, do you want to go on a date? Yes. Well, now I'm panicking. Because do I really want to be with someone? Is that really right? Wasn't I happier on my own? Is this person really right for me? What about those things she does, that thing that's slightly annoying, and all those other things that am I like, are they too good for me? Are they not good enough for me? All these problems that are coming up immediately just because I'm getting what I want, and then you start to doubt. That whole like, well, maybe they're not. Maybe I was happier on my own because then no one bothered me. I knew where all my stuff was, and I could do what I want. And now I have this person who's saying I have to be here and doing this, and it's so much pressure. And so you split. It gets so hard just getting into a relationship before this relationship has had any chance to go wrong or have anything bad about it. We're already way ahead of that curve, and so that can lead to just splitting in real life, right? Splitting up. And then you go back into the solo life and you're like, oh God, this is awful. I'm so lonely. I'm so alone. What was I ever thinking? I can't be on my own. This is horrible. And then we start hoovering. We start, well, can I come back? I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. I was just distressed. I thought I was happier on my own, and I'm really not. I need to be with you. And then we come back, and immediately, oh my God, what am I doing? I need to be on my own. I was so much better over there. And we rinse and repeat until people don't tolerate us anymore. Because if you're the person that's having that done to you, why would you put up with that? And that's splitting in new relationships, which of course makes these new relationships very difficult to form in the first place, right? We talk about BPD in relationships and the pain it can cause and the trouble it can cause. And yes, that's all very true. That's all very there. But we always think of it in established relationships. But just getting into a relationship in the first place, it's a worry. It's a panic. Is it the right thing for you? Should you be with someone? I don't know. And only you can answer that, and only the person that you're trying to be with can answer that as well. But at the end of the day, if we go into it splitting, panicking, second-guessing ourselves, then how are we ever going to get anywhere? Right? How is this going to happen? We need to hit that point that neurotypical people reach. We need to be okay with ourselves in the beginnings of a relationship without putting all this pressure on ourselves, without deciding, look, is this the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? The romantic obsession thing comes in as well, right? As soon as we've met somebody, we're imagining our lifetime with them, the children we're going to have, the house we're going to live in, the holidays we'll go on. Oh, the fun times we'll have. I've just met you, but I've got it all planned out. So there's a lot of pressure on you to be that thing, and you're inevitably not going to be that thing. And I'm doubting that the thing I want is even right in the first place. So panic, split, I'm off. How do we ever get in a relationship? How are any of us not single? We must find some really tolerant people. If you are someone who is with somebody with BPD, then thank you so much, and I'm sorry. But we go through this every time. We need to learn to take this pressure off. We put it on ourselves. It doesn't come from other people. This doesn't come from outside. We start a new relationship. Our romantic obsession starts. We build this relationship up. It doesn't even exist yet. It inevitably fails our test, so we think it's awful and we've made the wrong decision, so we leave. Rinse and repeat forever. That's no good. The key thing to try to do, the goal, is to enjoy the experience. That's the goal. Right? That's the ideal dream dating scenario, isn't it? In a new relationship, you've met somebody that you enjoy spending time with, someone who makes you happy when they're around you. And you want to be able to go through this period of enjoying that. Don't you? I mean, isn't that what this is all about? Being happy and doing that sort of thing. So you want to go through this period of enjoying it, of relaxing. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we can be in the moment and focus on just enjoying it. Because our romantic obsession is wrong. It's too much, it's too soon. We can't listen to that. We need to be in the moment, not in the future, this imagined future. And we need to be okay with the fact that although we've made a decision to be with somebody, we've asked someone on a date, whatever, or we've said yes to going on a date with somebody, that might be the wrong decision. That person might be terrible for us. It might go nowhere. It might work out wrong, and that is okay. That's what dating is about in the beginning of relationships. It is that assessment period of, can I be with this person? Do I like them? All of that sort of thing. And so this pressure we put on ourselves to have made that right decision, to have found the one or whatever, we can do away with that as well, because this might not be the one. We're just checking out another person. And we need to allow ourselves that enjoyment. How do you know if you enjoy being with someone if you don't enjoy being with them, you know? And all this pressure that we put on ourselves forces this split, forces this panic, and makes us run for the hills when we've absolutely no need to do so. Yeah, it might not go anywhere. Doesn't matter. That's fine. That's what you're doing. And I know this might even be backed up with panic from being alone. Right? There's pressure from there. I don't want to be alone. I have to find someone. There's got to be someone who loves me. And maybe there's all that extra pressure of, I don't deserve love. God, this is such a multifaceted thing. Just coming together, all of your BPD traits and markers piling on in this beginning of a relationship where you're just meant to be able to chill out and enjoy somebody's company. That's all we want to do, right? That's all anybody wants to do. Do I enjoy being with this person? Do I enjoy what we do together? Do I enjoy the person I am when I'm with them? All of these sensible grown-up questions that people ask. Except that regularly people can just enjoy the experience. And we need to learn to do that too, by looking at all the things we're piling on and saying, no, thank you. Not today. This time I'm not gonna worry about all that. I'll think about it later and make a decision based on information I've learned, but I'm not going to panic about it today. I'm not going to make stuff up and then get upset when real life doesn't live up to my fantasy. It's all well and good me sitting here saying that. I know. Work on your self-identity. Work on your sense of self. Work on being okay with you. And then these traits will start to fall away one by one, and you'll be able to start being okay with enjoying somebody's company. Because you'll be able to say to yourself, do you know what? I'm happy with me. I like me as a person. And I understand that while I like me, I'm not totally compatible with every other human, especially on an intimate, romantic level. And so I can enjoy spending time with people. And if we aren't totally matched, if we aren't totally compatible, that's okay. Because I know I'm good. I know I'm worthy of love and happiness and giving those things to somebody else. And this security comes from being okay in yourself, from liking who you are. And this is why, for me, when dealing with BPD, when on that road to recovery with BPD, the basis, the foundation of everything is your sense of self, your self-worth, your self-belief, your knowledge of who you are as a person and being fine with that. It takes time, it takes work and pain and sweat and tears, but that is the foundation on which you build everything else. And then splitting comes less. Splitting is easier because we don't need it, because we're okay on our own with ourselves. Doesn't mean we have to enjoy being alone in the world forever. It doesn't mean we have to be okay with never finding another relationship. But it needs to be not a panic. Something that enhances who we are, not somebody who creates who we are. Okay. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. I adore you all so much and you are wonderful for watching my videos. So I hope they help. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.